Energy communities can play an important role in decentralizing energy. It's an important part of the energy transition. Dimitris, tell us about Force for Future and what you do.
At Afforest for Future, we're working on innovative business models that can really scale up the energy transition using the concept of renewable energy communities. We are including biomass and biohydrogen into renewable energy communities and are assisting the local communities with developing the right business models so that they can actually have a fully functional, localized energy system.
Can you talk a little bit about the structure of your projects and your innovations?
Yes, of course. We are essentially working with the different biomass streams that each community has. So it's mostly on an ad hoc basis, of course, and on tailor-made solutions depending on the country, on the region, and on the community. For example, there might be a community that might have more waste streams that they can actually be valorized into meaningful products such as biofuels, but also in agriculture or even platform chemicals. Or they can be algal streams or any other streams, and we are supporting them in actually making the infrastructure and later on making the business model that can generate value to the investors, which can be also the public sector or they themselves, but also generate value to the people that provide both the raw materials, but also the electricity later on, or hydrogen in that case.
Is it only limited to biomass?
Not necessarily. We have actually implemented and worked on hybrid systems that include solar PV rooftop panels or even small wind farms in that sense. But we mainly focus on how to valorize biomass because that can generate valuable products also in rural communities to prevent other issues that are related to the energy transition, to climate change, such as land degradation, for example, which for the agricultural sector is a devastation, definitely.
It's great to hear about action on the ground. Sometimes there's a gap between action and policy. We've heard a lot of talking and some excellent points made here at European Sustainable Energy Week. If you had a magic wand to wave and change policies, what would you ask for?
Well, the first wish with regards to that, as we talked also about it yesterday, would be skills. And skills do not necessarily mean that we have to teach. Of course, the youth are also important. Of course, reskilling the people that were working on fossil fuels is also important. But the most important thing for decentralization, which for me will play a vital part, is actually reskilling the local communities, because many municipalities, for example, I'm from Greece personally, I see many rural municipalities, their actual structure and their public officers, they don't really have the capacity to move forward with these projects, and hence they can also not see the value. So I think the number one issue is to actually reskill people with regards to that. And the second thing, if there was a second wish, would be to actually make these policies more adaptive to the context, to the cultural and to the societal and the economic context of each community.
Dimitris, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you also very much for having me here.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to become a member of the Enlit community to get more insights.